Hello, hello. Welcome back. Day 17. We are continuing the learning of 3D shapes. Working on shading, line weight a couple days ago, some arrows, and the shading that goes with them. Yesterday was blobs and the 3D aspects or perspective of it. Today we're moving into stick figures. We are going to work on stick figure gestures. The idea that with characters, gestures are important. You can kind of read the vibe or understand what's going on, even without them talking or without dialogue. If a gesture is kind of bland for the character, then even if it's fully rendered, it's going to look off or unnatural if they're not, if their gesture isn't correct. So let's get into it. The idea, same sort of thing. You fill up an entire page with a bunch of different stick figures, and we'll work to see if we can get it solidified or help our brain to understand how that might work. I have a reference here of some gestures or stick figures that are gesturing, but there's a more simple version too that has all of the joints in it there. So if you're comfortable with that, you can do that. If not, that's okay too. 20 minutes, started the clock every day. That's rule number 1. Rule 2, no editing, straight upload to YouTube. And rule number 3, every subscriber is a stickman or gets added to the wall of stick figures. So actually, gestures, we could start adding some gestures into the stick figures as people subscribe as well. So that's kind of dual purpose there. So that's kind of fun. All right, let's get at it. Grab your paper, do some sketching with me, or color, or whatever you want to do for the next 20 minutes. The idea is that we get better and better every day. Do a little bit, carve out a little bit of time to be able to continue to grow and improve on what we're trying to do. Understand our activities a little better. So let's gesture. See what we can do here. Let's do. Oh, I know. My daughter likes to dance, so we'll see if we can do a dancing one real quick. There we go. Nice little pirouette. And next, probably a little long, but that's okay. Try again here. Oh yeah, maybe I should do some eye lines too. Just so I have an idea of where the face is. It's fine. And do all the joints. Okay. They're supposed to be squatting and doing I don't know, some sort of call out. That didn't really work. That's funny. It just kind of looks like I don't know, a toddler. I don't know. Also, the legs are. See, that's tricky, keeping the legs at the right proportion. Because it's almost like they should be out here and back. Right? Yeah. Yeah, that's better. Ooh, what's that one called? Yoga pose. Is it downward dog or something? I don't know. Can you tell what this one's gonna be? Should be like that though. Little jump shot. Ooh, almost. That almost looks like he's running with some sort of object. That's tricky. Trying to think through, like, even just the legs in these movements. Like, how does that bend? How does that work? What's another one? go. Can you guess that one? I guess that should be you should be using both feet if it's got a clutch. That's funny. All right, let's see. Well, let's see if we can do a pair. Except his leg would probably be more like this. Usually moving in some way. I have an idea for another one. I feel like I'm running out of space, so they're getting kind of small. Be the other way. No. Okay. People don't jump like that. That's this thing again. People don't do that. It should be like this. There we go. Not bleeding through, am I? No. Okay. A little bit of jump rope. Although that person looks a little bigger than these two, so that's slightly unfortunate. That's okay. Let's see. almost broken. Here we go. Here. I think that's the trick, is the knees have to bend in. Like, they only bend one way, right? Like knees and elbows, they only bend one way. So having to remember that helps in understanding which way things are going. And so this guy is, knocking that guy off balance in a way. Obviously, this arm probably should have been more like this, with still a bend. But I think that works well. All right, before we get too much further into that, there is another subscriber. So let's do the black plague. They've got, instead of the Fab Five, they're getting more people. They're no longer a boy band. They are now a crew of, oh no, not crew, because Blue Crew is blue. Blue is the Blue Crew. So the Black Plague is now a squadron of sorts. So there we go. Thanks again for joining the journey. We'll finish out our time thinking through different poses, the way the joints work, the way things seem natural for gestures, and understanding the body movement and making it expressive. If it's not expressive, it's going to be kind of boring, doesn't really make sense. So, I haven't done a running one. Gotta do a running guy. Is he head forward or head back? I forget what movie that was. There was a guy. It was like forever ago. Dating myself again, probably, but he wasn't really running fast until his head was back. I don't know. If you know what movie that is, you can leave a comment. I don't remember myself. It's too long ago. I think he was an Olympic runner, maybe, though. Oh, you know what I did? Why does that look funny? That looks funny because your arms are supposed to be opposite your legs. People don't run, your right leg and your right arm they go opposite of the way your feet are going. They don't go the same direction. Let's try that again over here. So this should be like this. Now here, this one should be out here, like that. That looks better. Yeah, 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 because the wrist will come near the hip, basically, or the waist. Yeah. I had to think through that. All right. Perfect. Cool. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks for coming by, stopping by the channel, spending some time figuring out gestures and figures. Looking forward to continuing the character design phase and working on sketching at the moment and coloring. So I will see you guys next time.